Bulldogs, please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
SCRABBLE.
Ryan, what are you doing?
I'm glad you asked, Kate. Today is National Scrabble Day.
Although it had a couple of other names, Scrabble became the official name of the game in 1948.
So now that we are home, take a break and play a fun game of Scrabble with your family today.
And now for PBDA announcements.
Hey Bulldogs, good morning. The athletic department has a few reminders about distance PE. Get at least 30 minutes of daily activity.
Hey Bulldogs, Coach Griffin here, reminding you to fill out your fitness log every day. You only need to do it once on Bulldog Den. Make sure you're getting outside often as well. You could always walk your dog, you could go for a bike ride in your neighborhood, or do what I'm gonna do right now. I'm going for a run. Remember, practice social distancing. Let's get moving, Bulldogs!
Hey Bulldogs, if you can't get outside and you need some ideas of how to get your daily physical activity in, head over to Bulldog Den. Every week we put up exercise options for you to use. Say hi, Millie.
1001, 1002. Oh, hey Bulldogs, watch out for those daily physical challenges online. We've got great stuff you can try, from tic-tac-toe planking to fitness bingo and many more.
Don't forget to wear your yellow and blue on Wednesdays. It's Spirit Day.
We've seen some very creative Zoom backgrounds. Take a picture of you in your Zoom background and send it to your advisor.
Be sure that you're checking your email for your fine arts assignments.
There have been many great TV chefs throughout the years, from the Galloping Gourmet to Bobby Flay.
In our Student Spotlight, we'll feature the next great chef making a splash in homes across South Florida, Finn Lorenzen.
Hello there, my name is Finn and this is my cooking show, Quarantine Cooking with Finn. Today we are going to be cooking an omelet, and because all of us have a lot of extra free time on our hands, I've decided to try to master the art of cooking. Now, because we are sanitary people, we wash our hands before we do anything. Our first step in cooking our omelet is going to put the bacon in the oven. That way, when we begin our omelet, the bacon will be done so we can dice it up and sprinkle it in. For our omelet today, we're going to be using eggs, dash of milk, pepper, pink Himalayan salt, and shredded cheese. Mexican, preferably. Whisk it around. So now we're going to pour our egg mixture onto the pan. Listen to that. Turn it down a bit. Gonna keep it at about quarter low heat. Good. Now we'll wait. Now we're gonna get our cheese wrap and we're just trying to flip it right above and move it. My fingers did not get burnt, don't worry, I'm fine. Move it to the middle, and now we let it sit there. And if you want to make it even, like I do, I move the cheese around and just add some extra little cheddar slices around there to get the spots that we missed with the first cheese wrap. Now that our omelet is fully cooked through and it doesn't really move on the top, it's solid. We can now dig into it on the sides. So I added a parsley garnish and the bacon on the side, and now we're going to dig in.
Finn. You're making me hungry.
In our teacher feature this week, Miss Howard rolls out a new segment called Bulldog Bookshelf, and it connects with another author, Christina Farley.
Greetings, Bulldogs. I'm coming to you here from my bookshelf. You might notice a few Harry Potter titles if you look carefully. And I have a new segment for us today. It's going to be called Bulldog Bookshelf. I thought it might be a great idea to share out some book suggestions, since we may have a little bit more time for reading right now. So for my first suggestion, I actually thought I would get a little bit of help. The title is called The Princess and the Page. It's an awesome middle grade book, but I thought we'd do a virtual visit from the author of this book. So I'd like you to meet my friend, author Christina Farley.
Hi, my name is Christina Farley, and I'm the author of the Gilded series and The Princess and the Page. And I'm so excited to talk to you all today about my most recent book, which is The Princess and the Page. This is a story about a girl who's a word weaver, and she has the power to bring stories to life with her magical pen. But she doesn't know this because her mom has kept it a secret from her, because there's a group who are hunting down word weavers for their power. So a lot of people ask me where I got the idea for this story, and it really all goes back to a time when my sister and I went on a trip over to France. Now, at the time, we were both working at Disney, and so we wanted to go visit all the different castles we could while we were in France. And so it was kind of a fairy tale trip for us, and we had so much fun. We got to these different castles, and while we were there, I started journaling about our different adventures. And if you can see my journal, I have all the days and the places that we went, and I kept really good details of the trip so I could remember the trip, and I'm so glad I did. While my sister and I were touring one of the castles, I became so inspired not only by the beautiful atmosphere, but also by the ladies who lived there. One of the ladies in particular, whose name was Gabrielle, really had kind of a sad story behind her. And I remember standing in front of the castle, and I had this journal in hand, and I was writing down in it, and I'm like, wouldn't it be so awesome if I could write her story? Like, maybe this book is about her. And so what if I could change that story? Like, take this pen, for instance, and suddenly everything that this pen wrote became true. And then that kind of stemmed for all kinds of ideas, because I'm like, wow, if a girl could have this pen that can make her stories come true, that's a pretty incredible power, right? Like, imagine you're taking a test, a math test, and you have this magical pen, and you are a word weaver, and you're taking the test. Guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna get straight hundreds. That test is gonna be all right. Personally, I would like one of those pens. So that's kind of where the story of The Princess and the Page came from. And I just really encourage you, as you're looking at stories and writing your own stories, that you look around the world that you're living in and think about things that inspire you. Take a trip to France and have a little fun with Kira and her friends. Thanks so much for listening, and happy reading.
Thanks, Miss Howard.
Now for a word from Nurse Pateman.
Morning, Bulldogs. Hope you're doing well and you've had a decent week. It's Friday, so I thought I'd remind you, in addition to keeping your hands clean, drinking lots of water, and eating lots of good, healthy food, one really important thing to do is to focus on exercise. It helps our brains and our bodies so much. In addition to my daily walks, I've added something new. It's called a run streak. I've added at least 1 mile to each day, and today is day 7. I'm very excited for myself. I haven't run 7 days in a row in years. So try something new, and if you're interested in doing the run streak with me, reach out to me.
We have a question for you, Bulldogs. What's the upside of being inside?
Let's find out what some of our 6th graders think about it.
What is the upside of being inside?
What does that mean?
Great answer.
I can study like this. Or like this.
The upside about being home is probably spending more time with my animals, like my chickens.
The upside of being inside is spending more time with my family.
The upside of being inside is I get to play a lot of Monopoly with my family.
The upside about being inside is probably sleeping in.
Well, that's a wrap for this episode of VBTV.
Next week, the 4th graders will be hosting.
Have a great weekend, Bulldogs!